So you didn't bring any utensils or anything. Did you have a wood stove that you cooked on?
Out there, yes,
Out
we
there?
did. Yes.
How about your laundry? How did you do that?
I done that on a tub and board.
Lye soap?
Yeah.
Did you make your own lye soap?
I didn't make my soap out. No, I bought the soap, but
So you went to town occasionally.
yeah,
And how did you get to town?
we went in a wagon.
You went in a wagon. Did you go to Keystone or Mannford?
Keystone.
At that time.
At that time, Keystone was the closest.
And about how far would that have
Yeah.
been?
Oh.
Would that have been 5 miles?
Uh,
How far would that have been? About 5 miles?
yeah, I imagine it was at least 5 miles.
Did Keystone have quite a few buildings at that time?
It had quite a few buildings, but not a big town, no.
Paved streets? Did it have paved streets?
I don't believe it. No, I don't believe there were.
No paved streets.
No.
Do you remember seeing any cars in Keystone at that time?
Oh, one once in a while.
So that was kind of something
Yeah,
different.
they just began to come in a little.
What did you think of the cars?
Oh, I don't.
Did you want to ride in one?
Yes, I thought I would like to. And after we went in the oil field, well, we bought one before too long.
Did you? Did you learn to drive?
No, I never did learn to drive. I was always afraid of them.
Now, why did Mr. Harvison quit his job on the ranch?
Well, he could make more money in the oil fields, you know. They made pretty good money in the oil fields then.
Is that when you moved
That we first went to
Bristow?
Cromwell. No,
Cromwell.
no, we first went to Bristol first.
Did you?
Bristol. And we went to their Cromwell. And then that's where he quit the Cromwell, quit the oil field, and we moved to Mannford.
What was his job? Do you remember in the oil fields? What did he
He
do?
was just a roustabout.
A roustabout.
Done everything. Anything.
But he made better money.
Yes, he made good money.
And you said he bought the first car after he began to work in the oil fields?
Yeah.
What was it? Do you remember?
It was a Ford.
What year? What model?
I don't remember what year, but I do remember it was a Ford.
Was it an open car all around with the hood over it?
Yeah.
Was it? Have wooden spokes, or did it have actual wire tires, or you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. Did you have horses?
Have what?
Horses. You said you never learned to drive, but you
No, I went with him in the car. No, we didn't have horses in the when we was in the oil field.
when you were in the oil field?
Uh-uh.
Okay, did you live in Mannford, the actual town of Mannford ever?
Yes, I lived in, and not, when we first come to Mannford, we went on a farm out on Salt Creek.
Whose farm was that?
It was Tom Mann. Yeah, Tom Mann.
And you lived in a farmhouse out there?
Yeah, we lived in a house.
You rent from him, or did you
Yeah.
buy the land? Did you rent from him or buy the land?
Oh, we just farmed on shares, you know, sharecroppers when
Okay.
we first started.
What was your crop?
Oh, we had corn and cotton and all kinds of feed stuff.
It seems like you told me that you picked quite a bit of cotton around.
I did
Mannford.
pick cotton.
And the children also?
Yeah, the children had all picked cotton. And all but the two youngest was now. I don't think they ever picked it.
How long, period of time were you out in the field? What time did you go out in the
Oh,
field?
as soon as the dew dried off a little, you know, till we could pick while we go. And if we was chopping cotton or working in it that way while we went just as early as we could.
What do you mean chopping cotton?
Oh, mowing it, you know, getting the weeds out of it.
Oh, okay. Why was it important to wait till the dew dried off of it?
Also, the cotton wouldn't be wet.
It would mold or mildew?
It weighed too much, you know.
Oh. So, who was buying the cotton then?
They had a cotton gin here in Mannford.
Who ran it?
In the old town.
Who ran it? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Do you remember what you were paid
No,
for
I
the
don't.
cotton?
No.
Were you responsible for taking the cotton to the gin, or did they actually come out with
Oh,
wagons?
we had to take it.
You took it.
We took it.
About what time of the year did you?
Oh, it started to open up and get ripe, you know, along the last of August.
About the last of August. And then how long would it take you to harvest?
Oh, land a little would be all winter.
Forever, huh?
Yeah.
Did your back hurt and
Yeah,
get tired
it
of
did
getting
if you
them?
worked too hard at it. Yeah.
So you never really had cattle then?
Uh,
You never really had cattle after you moved to Mannford?
yeah, had cattle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we had cattle.
You had cattle?
We all the time when we was on the farm. When we moved out on the farm, we started buying cattle, and we had quite a few cattle.
Did you raise it to sell or butcher for food or both?
All both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you got your mail when you lived out on the farm?
We had a mailbox, and it was on the road to town, and we just stopped. They'd stop when they'd go to town. Our mail wouldn't be picked up maybe for a week or two.
Oh, he only came about once a week?
Yeah.
You remember who it was?
No, I don't. Oh, Tommy Crane.
Tommy Crane?
Yeah, was when we lived here around Mannford. Tommy Crane was our.
Was he on horseback or in a car?
I don't. Oh, he was in a car, I think, when we come here. He'd been here a few years before we come.
About what year? Do you remember what year you moved to Mannford? Well, let's see. You lived in Keystone first, the Keystone
Yeah.
area, out on Coyote Trail.
Yeah.
On the Louder Ranch.
Yeah, we lived out there, and then
About how many years did you live there?
let's see, we lived over in the base here from Mannford when Louise was born.
What year was she born? Do you remember?
I was trying to find, I don't know.
Well, let's see. Do you think you lived out there maybe 2 or 3 years or longer than that?
Out there?
On the ranch?
No, we didn't live out there. We didn't live out there over a year.
Okay, and then you moved to Bristow and
We
Cromwell.
moved out on the farm from there.
Oh,
Out on Salt Creek, they call it.
Mhm. And whose land was that again?
It was Tommy,
Tommy, Mann.
yeah,
Okay.
Tom Man.
And how long do you think you lived out there?
Oh, we lived out there several years. I don't remember just how many.
Okay, when you came to town, to Mannford, do you remember what that town was like at that time? Were the streets paved? Were there?
No,
No?
no, they wasn't. My husband, while we lived over in the basement, him and my oldest son worked on this first pavement that come to Mannford.
Through the old town?
Yeah, while we lived over in the basement.
Hmm. Do you remember who hired him to do that?
No, I don't remember who the head man was, but Roy was just a small boy, you know, he wasn't very old. Anyway, he was a water boy. He carried water for him.
Oh, he
And-
did?
Yeah.
Well,
And my husband worked to help him
Paige.
pay.
Okay, do you remember if there was a doctor in town at that time?
Yeah, Dr. McDonald.
Do you remember his
Uh,
first name?
No, I don't.
Okay, Dr. McDonald. Did you have a midwife when your babies were born?
Yes, I did.
In Arkansas, do you remember who they?
Well, let me see. Liz Foster was one that I had. And then Miss Littrell, I had her by accident, though that's because the doctor didn't get there. Oh.
So in Mannford, then, you had Dr. McDonald.
Yeah.
Help you
No, I
raise-
never had Dr. McDonald. I never had a doctor or a baby I had.
So you had midwives here in Mannford
Yeah.
also? And who were they? Do you remember?
I had Miss, she was everybody's doctor. Carson, Miss
Miss
Carson.
Carson. You
Yeah.
remember her first name?
I don't remember her first name.
Was she married?
Yes, she had a family.
Had a family.
Yeah.
But she was good at being a midwife.
Yeah,
huh?
she was good. She was everybody's doctor around here.
Did you ever have a baby unassisted?
No,
You always had the
I
midwife.
always had somebody there.
Okay. Do you remember there being a sheriff's office in Keystone or Mannford, either one, when you lived?
Or,
A sheriff's office in Keystone or Mannford when you lived here earlier?
no,
Was there no trouble in town at all? Everything was peaceful and quiet?
yes, everything
Really? No
went
problem?
on pretty good. I don't, you didn't hear so much meanness then.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. You said you lived on Tom Mann's land. What was that land like? Was it clear or were there a lot of trees?
Well,